Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? BlkPrint back at you. J5 in the building. Josh Pease.
Man, we here. Feels like a while, but
It's been a month.
Has it been?
Yes.
I don't know. I was about to say it's only been a week.
MC in the building as well. Via satellite, 10 minutes up the street. What's going on, MC?
Back to our traditional position. I had all of this set up, all these nice little acoustics in here to make sure that my voice sounds right. And then after a while, I was just like, yeah, we just gotta hold things down for a month. So it's good to have the whole trio back together.
Yeah, for sure. And Josh, back again. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's crazy. So damn, because we did Throw Blacks.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yeah, I haven't been on the mic in a minute. What's up, guys? How you guys doing out there?
We good. We held it down.
Yeah.
We put on a lot of fucking shows when you left.
Yeah.
I know. I caught the Cam episode. And then we had the newest show that's debuted.
Yeah, me and Mark overly conversating. A new one's coming out for that. Just for everybody asking. Me and Mark we're gonna go back again and do that. Only thing is like it's gonna be tricky this month because like after next episode is gonna be a lot of shit out of this room because we're starting to pack this week and we're getting out of here. So it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. It might be an empty room. Who knows? I hate moving, bro.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't do it often.
Like this is not like something that I'm looking forward to. It's not something that necessarily I want to do. Like we're trying to get movers, so we like been quoting movers.
Oh yeah,
that shit sucks.
Movers are expensive. I might have somebody for you actually.
Really?
Remind me after the show.
Okay. Yeah, because the only thing I need to move is like obviously this stuff behind me. This like nobody sees like the setup that we're on. I got to move like my desk and my PC and all this stuff and our couch, our table, all of that stuff, but everything else we're doing like in waves so that we can make it a lot more manageable. Like we don't have to be out by like a drop dead date really.
Or you could just go to Home Depot.
What you mean?
Just find some.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah, man. You just go rent your U-Haul, pull
Get
up.
out the mud.
I mean, them niggas, they move. That's what they be doing. That's what they do. It's not funny.
It's not the fact that he said it. It's the fact that he's not lying is what makes it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not even a joke.
I didn't think he was gonna go there.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't going there. It's bro. That's what they do. They waiting for you.
It's helping the economy,
Yeah.
the local economy.
Yeah.
Hey man, you could just slide them 60 and they good,
Bro. $60, they'll move this whole place. Oh my god. Yeah, no, they really
they really just be out like we live by Home Depot like up the street. And they just be in there shooting the shit. They be having like little parties. They be selling the fruit, all that shit.
Yeah, they be waiting for some work.
Yeah.
To move your house. That's what they waiting on for sure.
Like I tried to like call what's it called? Meathead movers. You heard of them?
Nah. You heard the social media one right now is like Roadaway or something.
What is that?
Oh, I just see all the girls who are moving are using these guys.
Are they like fine men?
Nah, you said fine men, like good looking men.
That's what the girls want them, right?
Nah, I think they just running some shit with like social media influencers where they're giving them like a percentage off. But they just moved my homegirl from like Atlanta to LA. They moved a friend across LA. Yeah, but it's like they're like the
I hate movers.
The social media moving company.
Tell us about your moving experiences, y'all. I know Mark, you just moved. Well, it was a different type of move for you. It was just a couple things. It wasn't like a whole household with another person that you live with.
I mean, shit. If I had the chance, if I had the opportunity to have actually somebody come through and I could just sit in the truck instead of driving my car and just enjoy the scenery from Florida to California, I'd be lit too.
I just hate like I want to move. Like we move to a nice house. Like it'll be like my first house I ever lived in, like on my own, like owning stuff and all this stuff. Like it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a cool. Like I'm gonna have a front yard and a backyard. Like I never imagine that shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like from where I'm from too, like it just don't happen often. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not something that happens often, and it's gonna be cool getting out of fucking townhouse apartment life. It's gonna be pretty dope. I like it. But yeah, that's gonna be some impending changes coming to at least the video portion of the show, and I guess we'll just play it by ear. But we got some alternatives coming up for you guys, so don't worry about that. So we just mentioned also Throwblacks. The game documentary doing really well. A lot of people really liked it. You know what's interesting to me? How many people that listen to our show that didn't know when the G-Unit beef started?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there. I think Johnny Barnes hit me up on Discord and was like, hey, like I knew about the beef, but I didn't know where it started. And I was like, I mean, the beef was damn near immediately.
Yeah, it happened as soon as the album came out.
Yeah, like
which is crazy because it's like, damn, like you beefing with me and been making money off me.
Yeah. And that's like the sick part about it is that like we never really got a chance to see what those two guys look like on top of the world. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. And that to me is like the part that like sucks the most is that
it's like Thug and Gunna.
Yeah, exactly. Like we never got
never gonna see them two on top of the world.
How do you feel about this case being on for like 45, 50 days already?
I mean, shit, I just expected. It's a fucking federal. Well, it's not federal, but it's a RICO case. It's so much like RICO cases are so much based on like it's not based on like hard evidence. Sometimes right. It's just based on hearsay and conspiracy and all these things around crime. So it's like you can draw that shit out as long as possible. And honestly, a lot of times people draw out RICO cases because they're like they expect the suspect or defendant not to have money to continue the case on.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't see no end in sight. I kind of checked out in the beginning of the case. I was watching that shit on court TV.
I was gonna say, are you still watching daily?
Nah, I'm not watching daily. I haven't been tapped in lately.
I tap into the Twitter.
Yeah, I look at the Twitter every once in a while. But yeah, I haven't really been watching lately.
Yeah, I haven't been watching lately either. I tap into the Thugger updates, and this is a shout out to him. We might have to clip this so I can tag him in it. But like, this is an account. I don't know if it's a man or a woman or whatever, but they've been on the forefront of it since the beginning.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They literally have. I don't even think they had like a background in court reporting or reporting what was going on. I think they even said like I just studied it. You know what I mean? And they just been studying it from here, and they give an update every single day of what's going on. There's a thread every single day on that person's account, and they really just point you in the direction of like what's going on, how the state's defending, or how the state's doing their I guess their reporting of what's going on and how Thug's lawyer is defending. And the most recent one is just like the most disturbing and that's like the state's witness that they had to arrest because she didn't want to show up.
Oh yeah, she wouldn't show because she said she was being threatened and sexually harassed. Yeah. And the correct account is Thugger Daily.
Thugger Daily, yeah.
Want to give them a good shout out because I've been following through that account too. And I remember that account before when it was just a YSL update account.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this. So salute to whoever's running that account. You're definitely keeping the fans abreast. And I appreciate it.
Hey, some people have Megan the Reporter. We got Thugger Daily.
Yeah. Hey, but they work in tandem too. Like they actually be like bouncing information off each other. But so like that's happening, and then they actually had the state's lawyer who was sexually harassing her do cross-examination for her, and I was like, how's this?
Oh, I didn't peep that. Yeah. The last I saw was the cat who didn't want to testify.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, man, I don't remember.
Do this.
It's like 2013. I don't remember nothing that happened in 2013. So if y'all keep asking about that, I don't remember nothing.
What I'm seeing here is like not only just like us fatigue, but witness fatigue too. Like
fatigue and scared.
Yeah, fatigue, fear. But it's weird because like the fear is coming from like the state side. They're saying the state's
coming from both sides. That nigga said he was like, people been calling me at all times.
But that's because they put his phone number out there.
I know. There's been a lot of missteps in this case.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't televised it.
They put his phone number out there so everyone could see it. They said people were calling him. The woman said that the state's lawyer said, "Oh, I can get you a job or something. I can get your son a job or something like that." And they played audio of him calling her like mama and baby and stuff like that. I'm just like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, bro, how is this even going on right now? But I digress. That was to go from the Game and 50 Cent point. I would have loved to see those two on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? We never got to see that, but it's cool that Throw Blacks is giving y'all kind of like a clue in of like where this all started, how we felt at the time, and I think it's one of our best episodes. I say that a lot, but like it's one of our best episodes in terms of just like talking about where it was. I feel like that mid 2000s pocket is really where we excel.
It's where we excel.
I mean, shit, that's kind of when I fell in love with this sport that we call hip hop.
Yeah.
How you go with this, man?
Hey, man.
we're gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah. Before we get to that, I am happy that we could paint the picture of what the documentary did for West Coast albums. Even after that, we did get a request from our patrons when we were setting up the stage for Throw Blacks. They were like, "Hey, My Crazy Life turned 10. Can y'all talk about what it meant for an album like YG's debut to be able to feed off something like the documentary, and being able to set that stage was also something that was real important."
That must have been a vibe back in 2014, all right?
We saw what?
Like, My Crazy Life. That must have been like a crazy like.
Oh yeah.
Moment.
No, hell yeah. No, that I mean, it was similar to the game moment. West Coast was kind of on a decline of sorts, and you had someone who really personified what the streets of LA was kind of on at the moment.
Yeah.
And it went worldwide, and you know, I really that's a very pivotal moment for me, especially just because like that's when I was like working with West Coast artists, and I was like, oh shit, like we about to have a moment.
Yeah,
as a whole, and shout out to YG, shout out to Sycamore, everybody a part of that project, Push a Rod, definitely a seminal moment in West Coast hip hop, and it should be appreciated as such.
I think we had pushed back on that one, and Mark did tell us about people wanting us to do My Crazy Life as we were kind of deliberating if we would do the game or not. I pushed back on it because YG just does such a better job of talking about his album in the moment. I would tell anybody to go listen to that episode of his podcast where he talks about the 10-year anniversary of it. And I think Terrence Martin's on there as well.
Yeah, Terrence, Sycamore, YG. He and I think just for me, I want to go a little further back. But I do appreciate that album, and I'm glad, you know, it was called out and people are requesting that.
Yeah, for sure.
I did learn that YG's in the sexual enhancement game, so shout out to that.
Was it Cherry Bombs?
Man.
Yeah, the Cherry Bombs. I don't know. I haven't seen any reviews on them yet, so I don't know if I could jump in like the honey packs.
I just think that's just a wild statement in general.
Yeah.
YG being in the sexual enhancement game.
He is. I mean,
we know, but it's a different way to put that, I think.
We got the Pink Horsepower. We got the Pink Horsepower, Cherry Bombs. I think somebody else is. Does Snoop have a enhancement drug?
Nah, he should though.
I think that should fly off the shelves.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I might start one.
He's got so many places to sell it too. Like he could sell that shit anywhere. But I think that again, you know, I love the people that are interactive with it and they want to see more of what we do. And I think that, you know, we're still trying to decide what we want to do for April. But what I really want to talk about was your trip to Europe.
Oh yeah. Europe was crazy, man. It's funny. I never really spent like extensive time in Europe. So this time I was like, when I booked the trip, I'm like, all right, I want to spend like some good time in a couple of different countries.
Yeah, I felt like when you went, the last time I known you to have gone to Europe was a couple years ago. You went to Paris.
Yeah, I've been to Paris a lot actually. That's why I was like, I'm not stopping in Paris this time around. I've been to Paris a few times like in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time I went to Copenhagen, well, Stockholm first, then Copenhagen,
right?
Then Amsterdam, then London, and I spent like a good amount of time in each, probably 3 or 4 days in each city.
Yeah.
And it was dope, man. Like I fuck with London. London's a vibe. I mean, I fuck with Europe in general.
Right.
London was definitely a vibe though. I had always kind of been like, I wouldn't even say scared, but just like apprehensive. You always hear things about the food. And
that was exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah, people
I had notes.
The food's fire, bro. It's like, you just got to find the good shit to eat. Everyone says the food's bad. I'm not. The traditional breakfast type shit, like I'm not eating beans for breakfast.
Yeah, and sausage.
Yeah, but I mean, sausage I don't mind. You get some sausage, but you could find spots to have what you want. And you know, for me, I'm Michelin piece, so I'm finding all the best places to eat in every city I go to. Like literally, like I got the Michelin guide pulled up, and then I got the P guide pulled up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm not eating that no whack shit. So all my meals are great. There's a few spots in London that I really fuck with though. I mean, it's like the spots that people talk about, Hakkasan.
Yeah.
There's a spot called Amazonico. It's like a Spanish type place, but it was nice. Fire food, jazz. I didn't hit Nando's. It's funny. I was gonna go to Nando's one day, just like on some chill shit, but I was just out there, so I'm trying to eat like the best of the best type shit.
Right.
But yeah, they got little chill little spots out there. Like I fuck with it. For me, it felt like a cleaner New York.
Really?
Yeah, just a clean ass New York.
Wow.
I mean, it's not as late night as New York is. Certain spots are for sure, but I think it's just like a clean New York. I was able to just jump in the subway and go wherever I need to go. It's easier to be on the subway than by car.
Yeah.
The people out there, it's a walking city. So you walking, you seeing people, you seeing things, just type of galleries and shit going on. I really enjoyed it, man. I'm looking forward to going back.
You was like big in the museums too. That's what I was kind of like.
Oh yeah.
I was having FOMO about the museums because they look dope. Because I went to the Getty a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't been there in years.
Oh yeah, Getty's nice.
The Getty was just a crazy spot, and like so you were in the museums kind of like when I me and my wife were there, and I was like shit, like those museums look fire because that's like they really getting it from the fucking ships and whatever the fuck.
Fuck the ships. Some niggas is getting it. They stealing it, bro. Museums, colonization is real. I went to. I'm trying to remember the name of the museum. It's something with an R. I'm terrible with
Renaissance.
Foreign. No, it's in Amsterdam.
Right.
It's like the nicest museum in the world. Damn,
Okay.
That's what everybody calls it. It's like the Rijkische. I don't. Hold on, let me get this right.
Yeah, it's because like I saw some really dope shit there. I think when Josh is OT, like he's not gonna show you where he at. He's gonna just show you like a storefront, or he'll show you a statue. And I'm like, this is very heavily curated. You don't say the name.
Yeah,
it's heavily curated.
Nah, because I don't. Well, I will say one thing. When I'm out the country, like I'll post in real time. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna find me. But I tend to not post in real time. So like, but when I was out there, I was just kind of like taking photos, and then just when I got to Wi-Fi or just when I was chilling, I just upload a bunch. The museum you're probably thinking of is the one I went to in Amsterdam. It's called Rijksmuseum Museum or some shit like that.
Yeah.
People out there, please correct me. You guys know better. Amsterdam is just big on like on artists culture, Dutch culture and all that shit. So like there's like Van Goghs and Rembrandts and then on top of that, it's like all the shit they've stolen from all the other different civilizations that they've conquered.
Now when you say steal,
because I mean colonization is real. It's like a diamond in there that I was like, oh, this diamond was taken from this this tribe or this Asian country. But yeah, no, like the museum shit. And then just on top of museums, I was going to like a lot of galleries. Like Copenhagen has a lot of galleries. Right. London has a bunch of galleries. London was actually smooth too, because I keep harping on London just because like it was the last place I visited. But just going out there and seeing the galleries, just like niggas just got like cause and like fucking Futuras
Banksy's.
And like and just in random spots though. You're like, damn, what the fuck is this small ass gallery? But
that's what's always like got me like excited about Europe. Like I've always been apprehensive about Europe, obviously because of the food. Yes, you're right. I'm apprehensive because of the food, but the architecture to me looks dope. Like just the streets being cobblestone.
Oh yeah,
like that.
That's
like,
just cool.
That's dope.
If you like cobblestone streets, Amsterdam would probably be your place.
Okay.
Like I really enjoyed Amsterdam, the canals,
the weed.
Big. I don't smoke.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, I was chilling. No, people I was meeting out there was like, damn, you don't smoke no more. I'm like, yeah, bro. Gave it up. They was surprised. It was like, damn.
I feel fucked up because like I'm like I should know you don't smoke because I don't smoke and you don't come over here smelling like smoke.
Actually, the funny part about it is March 20th when I was away was my
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary of not smoking weed.
How does that feel?
It was great.
Yeah.
I don't even miss it.
Wow.
Last night I did want to smoke. I was like, I drove by the beach and I was just like, I just wouldn't mind smoking a blunt down PCH. But
have
cool.
you like have you swapped the money that you would have spent on weed on other things at this point and noticed like, oh, I got
you know what's crazy? I mean, I'm probably spending on like food, but like I was working with a weed company. True. I have grower friends. Like I really wasn't spending a lot of money on weed.
Right.
Thankfully, blessed in that way. So I really don't see the difference too much.
Okay.
But I think in general, I'm just like, I see the difference in who I am as a person. Okay. I see the difference in how I react to things, and I really appreciate it. Like I'm glad that I don't smoke anymore because I think, as I look back on my life, I'm like, oh shit, like I was high for that. I wish I would experience that a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, back to Europe. Copenhagen, fire.
Okay. Is that Copenhagen's like the beer, right? They have like
they're big on breweries and shit like that. It's funny enough, I wasn't drinking when I was in Copenhagen. I didn't have a drink until I got to London. But Copenhagen has fire food. Everyone rides bikes. It's it's so peaceful out there. It feels like everybody's just living to make the community better.
Right.
And like there's a bunch of dope ass bakeries. Like I went to like the spot called Heart.
Yeah.
And now it's like a chain, but it's on this one baker. They had the best fucking croissants for sure. Morning buns, amazing. They had this like fucking citrus cinnamon roll.
That sounds fire,
bro.
Yo,
oh my goodness,
I got to get out there. I told myself this year I want to go back to Japan.
Oh yeah, I want to go back to Japan too. That's
period.
Japan's like my yearly. I'm going there every year.
I gotta go year. That's exactly
the homie Justin was just out there. I was mad
because he was out there because the thing is like Justin was also one of the unlucky few that got laid off from Riot like I did. We both worked at Riot, and he was like fuck it, I'm still gonna go. And so when he said that, I was like, you know what, you're right. Like I'm gonna fucking still going to Japan. Like I can still do it. It's still possible for me to do it. And the thing is like it's not that intense to go there. Like unless you buying like major items, like the food, like buying food and eating the shit out there, you're good.
Yeah,
you'll be straight. Like at most you'll spend money on lodging. I was like, I gotta go back this year. Like I have to, and especially to like redeem myself from not being prepared for the heat and all the weather last year. I gotta redeem myself this year.
And that's the thing. Sure. It's like when you go during a smooth time where you could just really walk around and like be comfortable. Man, Japan is one of my favorite places, bro. I really will move there. And I want
to actually like do it big this time and go to Osaka and stuff like that. But I definitely want to earmark something in like 2025. I gotta go to Europe. I have to go. So like when I saw you out there, I was like, okay, I gotta ask him about the food. I gotta ask him about some of the stuff that you did. And it seemed like when you was out there, it was just so much stuff going on. You was saying, I gotta go catch this show. Like somebody like
that's another thing too. Like it was like a work trip kind of, because like I was meeting with like partners out there. Right. Went to a Neo show in London. He saw the O2 twice.
That's fire.
Shit was crazy. I went to like Mike. I don't know if you're familiar with the rapper from New York.
Yeah, I like his last album.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I went to his show in Copenhagen. I went to Damo Genesis. My nigga had a show in fucking Amsterdam, so I went to that. It was cool, man. Like I really enjoyed just getting out. And I was doing a lot of walking. I was walking everywhere. And I just enjoyed that, man. Like just not having a schedule, just waking up, getting something to eat, and just seeing where the day took me. So I really recommend just traveling the world, man. That's one thing that I came back with. Like I've traveled a lot for work, which I'm blessed to do, but just to travel for leisure and just kind of figure it out as you're going and just like not be so tied down to like a task. It felt good. And I had some really good conversations with people, man. I think growing up in America, we're so we're especially isolated for sure, but we're so inundated with American culture,
right?
That we don't even know culture outside of that. Like me growing up, like I'm like, yeah, my dad's black from the South, my mom's black from her family's from Belize, like because I have a Caribbean part of my family, but like I don't really know what tribe or what country my dad is from in Africa. And like I had a conversation with a friend. This is Instagram page called What's Culture.
Yep.
This kid Jamal runs it. He's from Amsterdam.
Okay. Dope
ass Instagram page. Like always posting just dope shit, like dope cultural relevant, like history type shit. Yeah. But like it's real history. They're teaching you about shit. And I just had a conversation with him, and he was just, we're just chopping game. But in that conversation, they were just talking about just like where his family is from in Africa, and his partner, they're telling me where his family's from, Nigeria. And I'm like, I don't know where my family's from. So now I'm going to do 23andMe soon.
That's fire. No, that's good because it does work. You know what I'm saying? And I did. Was it them or another? Was it Ancestry?
It's Ancestry is another one. Ancestry kind of traces your roots. That's still kind of here type thing. I was looking at. I didn't know like nigga how much Nigerian am I? How much I need to know where like because I'm definitely trying to hit Africa this year. I think the same way you were kind of scared of food in Europe. I'm kind of scared of the food in Africa.
Why?
Which is stupid of me. I just never been a big African food fan. Like everybody loves Ethiopian food. I've never really been a fan.
I haven't had a lot of it.
I've had like some food, like I've had like Liberian food sometimes, which is good. I mean, a lot of it's just like grilled meats, and I mean, cuisine is cuisine.
Yeah, but and then I think they eat with their hands.
Yeah, that's another thing. See, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that shit is intimidating to me.
And it goes back to your point where we're inundated with American culture that when we see stuff like that, it's like oh, like no, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like it was like that when I went to Japan as well. It was like that when I went to Barcelona.
And that's the thing. It's like me trying to be as worldly as possible, like Japan and Europe. I'm like, I want to go to those places, but it's like, I want to go to the homeland. I want to go to Africa. I'm on my Nas shit. So
it's a definitely long flight.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to Africa this year. I'm definitely going back to Japan. And I just encourage everyone out there, just travel, man, see the world, talk to people, talk to strangers.
Because if you don't get that culture, it's never too late.
Absolutely never
to
too
get
late.
That. It's never too late to get that. But I think that it's absolutely like, I wish I would have done a lot of this when I was younger too. You know what I'm saying? So I could have had that mindset, that worldly mindset, into my 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was 35 or 36 when I went to Japan, and I was just like, damn, I wish like 15 years ago I would have got this experience. You know what I'm saying? And that I might have saved my money a little bit more and gone there before, everybody was going there. You know what I mean? And I think that like I want people to have like a worldly mindset earlier. Because it's out there, and I feel like a lot of people feel like it's not attainable, Yeah.
No, I think that definitely feels like a piece of it, but also I think it's just a little bit of intimidation, and it's like we gotta get over it, man. I think, sometimes I was talking to some friends and like, damn, are we even welcome there? And I'm like, nigga, we welcome wherever we want to go. Like, I had no issues with no people anywhere I went on this trip. There was no type of hostility or racism or anything. It was just like, yo, people were just.
But we don't live there though.
Yeah, I mean, but what does that even mean?
I feel like people's experience when they lived there, like every day, was probably from different than somebody who just visited there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the same way as in America.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't like to say like, oh, there was like when I went to Japan I was like, oh, nobody was racist, and I was like, but that's because I wasn't seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it's the same way as America. Niggas come to the U.S., L.A., New York. They're like, oh, I love it, big city of dreams. I can't wait to move there. And it's like, oh, you move here,
kicked
and
in the teeth.
Yeah, so it's like, I just think it's like the same as everywhere else.
Yeah,
and if you kind of approach it with that demeanor, then you'll be fine. But if you go out there being like, oh, they racist in Germany.
It's worse, or
or like, just thinking about it. If you don't have it on your agenda, it ain't gonna pop up.
Yeah,
that's one thing I've always kept in my mind. It's like if it ain't in my mind, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like,
and maybe there was some microaggressions. I didn't feel it.
No, I mean, because you're in tourist mode.
But also, no, it's funny. I'll tell you a good story, and this is why I feel like that shit I didn't experience. I just don't feel like it's out there. I was at the Mike show. Mm-hmm. And I went alone. I'm everywhere alone. I'm dolo. So I'm in the back of the club, like kind of by the merch booth. And, it's the whole crowd in front of me and shit. And Mike's openers are on. So when I get there, it's like this cat from London. And then he has, I can't remember, Sally Mota, something like that. That raps with him. She opened, like, she went on right after, right before him.
Okay.
So she's on. And honestly, I felt the same way. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm ready for this nigga Mike to come on. But I'm going to give her respect. So she rapping. And mind you, it's Copenhagen, so it's, I don't see not another black motherfucker in there. Like it's me, and then it's like I seen some like light skinned nigga that was breakdancing in the corner. It's funny. It's actually crazy.
Like a Chappelle skit. Right there.
It was actually wild. He was really breakdancing in the corner. I was actually tripping. I wish I would have got him on camera. I tried to, but I was like, nah.
Oh man.
So she's on and like she going, she doing her thing, and at one point it was some dude that was a little bit drunk, and he's like, "Get the fuck off the stage." Like screamed it. I know she heard it, but the crowd around him was like, no, like shut the, like they was on his head. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, shut up. They were like, shut up. Like the dude that was at the merch booth was about to come over and punch on him.
Oh, wow.
And he kind of tried to do it again. And then like, they really turned up on him. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like turned around, all type of shit. I just didn't expect that from the crowd.
I feel like you do that in America. To an opening act, everyone's gonna join in.
Yeah, exactly. No matter the it was just like, damn, like they really showed her respect, and like it was no hostility towards her. Like everyone kind of turned on the guy, and like it was just good to see.
I think it's the way people are raised too out there. Like they are raised probably with a different type of respect. Yeah, it's kind of like the same in Japan too. Like they respect their elders a lot more than like we kind of do out here.
Yeah.
But I look at it like, you're not going to get that experience anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be able to see that. So, like, it's good that you get to see stuff like that, because you get to see, like, oh, shit, if I went home, I'm not getting this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to see this type of support for somebody that's new. And it's like, and maybe it's just easier to be an artist out there because of that type.
I was going to say, it's a respect for the arts, too.
Yeah.
Like, they really appreciate when American artists, hip-hop artists come through. Any artist, honestly. Like, I went to little jazz clubs, hole in the wall. That's one thing.
Would you just walk in and find in these places?
Yeah, that's one thing I was on. I mean, I kind of have like a Google list before I go of just shit I'm just kind of getting. But like, the Mike show I knew about, jazz club, I heard it was like a poppin' jazz club in Stockholm. So I went there, and it was like a small little hole in the wall spot. But like literally just jazz music. I walked up, and I saw the dude outside. And it's funny, I walked up and I'm like, yo, you know what time the performance start? He's like, I am the performer.
No way.
I'm like, yeah, it was like some dude smoking a cigarette outside of the spot. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, he told me the times. I'm like, all right, I'm about to pull up. So I went to a little jazz club. And yeah, I was like, for me, when I travel, that's what I like to do. I like to like see art. I like to listen to music.
What is it like traveling alone?
It's funny. That was like one of my like, I don't always travel alone. I kind of always travel in packs.
Right.
But a few times that I have traveled alone, it has been through Europe. It's funny enough. Like I went to Berlin alone. And this trip I did alone. Honestly, I enjoy it because it's like you're not beholden to anyone else's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when you want to eat, you're going to eat. When you want to shop, you're going to shop.
Right.
Whenever you want to do something, you're going to be able to do it. So I really appreciate that part of it. It could be a little lonely, but I think that's the good part is like making friends and if you have friends in different places, meeting up with them. Like I'm thinking about it all now. I went to a play in London, play called Shifters.
Okay,
great play. Tosin Cole was in it from he was in White Man Can't Jump. It's funny, I didn't even realize he's from the UK. Yeah, he's in the new one. The dude that had on the blue suit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's from the UK. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that shit either.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I went to the play.
Why do I remember this movie?
I know.
Why do I remember this movie? But yeah.
So yeah, Tosin Cole was in this play called Shifters. I saw that Bush Theater. It was dope. Like me and my boy Ian Henry, shout out to him, big shout out to him because he was hooking me up out there.
Yeah.
He his family runs the Playhouse. He hooked me up with some tickets, and yeah, saw the play. It was super dope, man. Like that, another thing that made me kind of want to get in touch with my roots. Like it was very much a UK play, but it was relatable,
right?
But they were just talking about African shit. Like they were first generation immigrants. They just talking about that experience. It was just dope to hear. It's like, damn, I don't have that experience at all, but I can relate to that in some sense.
Yeah. So
it's good to hear.
One thing about Europe too is that like I've been getting more into like the rap scene over there.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'm 10 years behind, whatever.
Yeah.
But like it's always interesting because like I'm a real big fan of God, what's his TikTok? Why is he escaping me? His name's escaping me. Not Skepta, other dude. Why is his name escaping me right now?
Stormzy.
Stormzy.
Yeah.
I fuck with his TikTok, man.
I never seen it.
His TikTok is really good.
That's funny. I gotta check him out.
He has like tour vlogs and day in the life
word.
type shit, and it's just like it's very like wholesome. It's very
well. He's nice. Like an OG. Like he kind of like I would compare him to like a I don't want to say Big Sean, but like it's like he had big hits, had his moment, but now he's like trying to work his way back type shit.
Right.
But yeah, the scene out there is crazy. Fredo.
Love for Fredo's like Jeezy.
Yeah.
Fredo's like the Jeezy out there. I'm like, oh, okay, I get the movement here.
The one thing I'll say about that, like just meeting with different managers out there, label executives, they all trying to help Central C break. I think they think that Central C is like the Trojan horse.
He's the one. Mm-hmm.
Once he breaks through in the US, then everybody breaks through. So
because it's like they kind of had like some sort of a buzz last year, him and Dave, like and that worked. I think Sprinter's like platinum over there. I think he did pretty well over here. And I think if Central C makes it, Dave makes it, and then you have all those other guys. I feel like Skepta's always kind of had the ear of us. But
yeah, he's a little older too, so it's like he's been around for a bit. I'm curious to see what Dave and Central and it's a lot of young talent coming out there. I got hip to like some younger, newer like C China and
are they on the drill shit too?
Yeah, a lot of drill shit's popping up, but I think for me, and I was talking to someone out there about it too, like it's gonna be hard for that to break through just because like when you look at like someone in Florida, are they gonna be able to connect to the accent and just the dialect and the slang?
They talk weird.
I mean, shit, I go to Florida, they tell me I talk weird.
Right.
They tell me I talk proper.
Right.
So it's like that's the thing that I'm curious to see how it happens. But Central had records like Doja, which connected, so I think he could definitely do it. And I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was really early on the UK scene. Like, I mean, Dizzy Rascal and all that shit way back definitely kind of came over. But I was even in, like, one of my favorite rappers from like the early 2000s was like Nines.
Heard him.
It's this dude Nines, OG cat. He's fire. He's like a trap. He like trapped out. Talking about rap shit. Talking about like selling packs and all that type of shit. But he was dope, man. Like, and then he went to jail for a bit, got out, but I was super just big fan of him early 2000s, like mid 2000s.
And now you got like the AJ Tracy's, the Central C's, Dave, who else?
Nims.
Him. Who's the other guy? Heady One. All of those guys coming up now, and Fredo. And again, it's an exciting scene. I would love to see, and again, you're right. Like it does feel like they're kind of waiting. Like no one's really has an album out right now.
Yeah, no, I think they waiting to see what Central does. And I am too. I'm excited for him and his project coming. I've been hearing good things. And I'll be remiss to not mention the R&B scene out there is huge.
Oh yeah, of course.
R&B is they shit.
Yeah,
and that should be breaking through.
Why did I think Pink Pantheress was from Europe?
Nah, she's from where the fuck is she from?
I don't know.
No, she might be from Europe.
Is she?
I think she is actually. Yeah.
I was like, I mean, she dressed like she from Europe, but
I think she is from Europe.
She might be from Ohio or some shit.
I don't think of her when I think about R&B scene, but
what is she technically? Like pop?
I guess. Damn near think she a rapper, yeah, but pop.
Rapper?
I mean, it's like, where is she from? She's from Europe, I believe.
I don't know. I feel like she's from fucking St. Petersburg, Florida.
I feel like she's from the internet.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
yeah, she's from Kent originally.
Okay, yeah. Like,
okay.
She's from a video game.
Yeah, I feel like she's from the internet.
Yeah, like the way she dressed, you could tell.
But there's some R&B shit. Elam, Sam Hitchcock, it's a bunch of little shit popping up.
And they're dope. And the thing with this
Sam
always
Harrison.
The thing that's always bugged me out about them is that they sound like when they sing, they sound like they're from here, and then when they talk, they don't. And I know that's childish to think about, but it's the same way I felt about Idris Elba when I found out he was British too. I was like, damn, you really got that Baltimore accent down,
man.
Somehow that shit still bugs me out. But it sucks that Mark isn't here. I'm sure he would have wanted to be here during this conversation, but we got to get to it.
What we getting to?
We got to get to it.
All right.
The discourse.
Oh man,
we got 2 big conversation pieces to go down. I want to just do this one first.
Streets.
The streets
is talking.
Streets is talking.
I don't even know where we starting at, but the streets is talking about a lot of shit right now. Q1 of this year,
it's been crazy,
on fire.
Yeah.
I told y'all to begin before the year even started. I told y'all 2024 is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
it's an election year.
Yeah,
come on, man. You know who I'm rolling with.
It's pretty crazy. I hope you rolling with yourself. Anyway, Metro Boomin, Future,
great album.
Put out a great album. They put out a great album, and that album is joined with some discourse about one of the songs on the album. I think as we got to it, you were actually texting us as you were listening.
Yeah,
you were like, guys, it's about to get crazy tonight. And I was like, oh no. John, you were like, because like the thing is funny, it was like, yo, Future sliding on this. And then next thing you know, you was like, oh guys, yeah. Oh no. And I was like, yeah, it was easy to put 2 and 2 together, but I didn't know just to the extent of it. And then the verse dropped, and I think I was just like, man, here's my thing, okay? Full disclosure. And you know this about me. You know I'm a huge Future fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm all like, I just hate the discourse because I see it all the time. Yeah. I do not like the discourse. I knew what it was going to come with. And I feel like, and mind you, number 1 album in the country, number 1 song in the country,
yes.
4 of the songs from the album in the top 10. That's incredible, amazing, including one of my favorite songs on the album. I think that, and I was worried about it happening, and it kind of did happen in a way. You got to admit that. Like I feel like a lot of people are just talking about this one Kendrick Lamar verse, and they're completely kind of leaving out all the work that Future put down in this album. And I think that I feel like verses like that should tell people like, listen to the rest of it, right? But when I listened to the radio the other day and it came on the radio, you know what they did?
I mean, in the West Coast radio.
They skipped it. This is not the only place they doing that at.
I mean,
you know that.
But my thing is like, I'm not mad at that. It's a part of the record. That's what they doing. That's how they playing it. It's cool. It is getting more people to come in and listen to the album. It's getting more people eyes on Future. I'm not mad at that, man. Like I think that's expected.
But as a
that's
fan,
what Future and Metro wanted. That's why they did it.
But as a fan, you know how that bums me out a little bit. It does.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I think yeah, I mean, I get it how it bumps you out a little bit. My thought on it all is it's just what it is. Ain't nobody listening to radio anyway. Who gives a fuck?
That's an example.
You have 5 people listening to Power 106.
It was an example, and I flipped to it just to see like what was going on. It was I think I like took my car in somewhere, and I was like, I'm just listening to radio.
Yeah.
And so this verse comes out. Kendrick says, you know what, that verse. This is a direct response to first person shooter, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I didn't catch. Maybe I'm getting older. I didn't catch the shots at all.
I mean, I kind of after the fact, it's like, oh shit, those are shots, and it's like you gotta understand, these are all guys who they all talk behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and if they not talking, they people talking, and
right.
they know shit that we don't know. That's another reason why we're gonna get into this later on. But like, they just know things. They might say little things, and it's like it might go over our heads, but they know who they talking to and who listening and who know what the fuck is up.
It's kind of like what Kanye said, and someone brought this quote back from when he was on Drink Champs, and he said, "When Drake disses you, you know he's talking about you.
Yeah,
like you know it. Nobody else will know it. Yeah. They won't pick up on it until years later, but you know that he's dissing you."
Man, it's true because, funny enough, I've been dissed on songs before, and I know when they talk about me.
You don't want to tell us?
No. But I know. So it's like I get it. I get it. And that's the thing. It's like we don't know the history of it all.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like people are like, oh, they made a Drake diss album and all this. It's like,
and that's the thing that I hate, Josh. It's like it's not a Drake diss album.
It's not.
There are moves on this and decisions made that are directly in opposition of him.
Yeah, but clear. It's just what it is. It's like if we didn't know that there was any type of tension, we'd just be like, oh, they just doing what rappers do, being braggadocious, talking about fuck that nigga, oh fuck, I fuck this bitch. It's like we don't know.
Yeah. And
we don't know to this day. We just are speculating and assuming. The rumor before the album came out was, oh, it's Metro and Drake, they got problems. Metro put a little talking. Now it's Future and Drake, they fighting over a stripper. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, and I think to a certain extent, if you want to compare, because we got to get to this too, if you want to compare how beefs were back in the day to how beefs were now, they would have been on Hot 97 by now. They would have been saying, this is what I meant by this, and this is what I'm talking about.
Yes and no. I mean, you just
talked about the game at 50. They just both did that.
Yeah, no, but it's just like, it's still a dance to it. I think about 50 and Jay.
Okay.
It's like you had both of them, and they went to the radio stations and they aired their grievances to a certain degree, but it's like, Jay didn't go up there and was like, yeah, I fucked this bitch. He did it and he said some clever shit in the rhyme. And honestly, who knows if he did or if he didn't? We really don't know.
I think Carmen confirmed that he did.
Oh, okay.
In her book.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like there's things that happen that you just like, or things that are said. It's just like, oh, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It's rap.
Right.
And I think we are so, as fans in this day and age, we're so invested.
Yeah.
We're so like, we're too invested. To the point where it's like now it's like a fucking it's a pick your side thing.
It is it's only a pick your side thing if the tweet you put out the 5 minutes before the album come out is you pick a side, you stay there. That's when it becomes you picking sides.
But honestly, it's funny, man. To me,
because that's a rollout. To me, that's marketing. That's
all it is.
But it's more.
It's marketing to me, man. I think it's just pure marketing. Like I really think.
No, it's not though.
I'm not. I'm telling you what I think. I think this is pure marketing.
But these fans are so boneheaded that they'll jump to conclusions. So like, and my thing is this: like, if it's a, as we say in wrestling, if this is a work, and he's just liking tweets that are anti-Drake, he's doing all this stuff, then okay, like, it worked. Yeah, it worked. He got the Kendrick. It worked. But I think when you go narrow and you drill down the conversation to kind of like the smallest point of it, it's like, okay, well, what if Drake takes that as a issue? And obviously him and Kendrick have been. And let me just talk about the Kendrick thing right quick, because I care more about the Future Metro shit than I care about the Kendrick shit.
Okay.
I personally would have loved for them to have done this back 10 years ago, when they were really kind of jabbing. At that time, they were really going at each other. There's radio silence for years. I think Kendrick even like says Drake's name for the first time 2 years ago on Mr. Morale, on what's it called, the Family Values or whatever. The shit was with I think he mentions him on that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said his name first time. I think Drake's bigged him up. I was like, okay, cool. Like that don't mean they're friends. They don't got no. It's whatever. Then this shit comes out and it's just like, well. No,
it's not. Then this shit came out. Then First Person Shooter came out.
But Drake doesn't shoot at him on that. J. Cole does.
I mean, we don't know what. We all make the song together. There's all little.
So do you think that, okay, and we getting into discourse convo here.
I mean, I'm just saying, let's just keep the timeline accurate.
Okay, you're right. Do you think that J. Cole and Kendrick might have had a falling out, and then he does this song, and because Drake's next to it, he's shooting at Drake now? Is that what you think? Because that seems realistic to me. And if
that makes the most sense.
Okay.
And again, we don't like listen to the Drake album and going through it and whatever.
Right.
Kendrick might have heard it and been like, oh, he talking about me right there. Oh, he talking about me. You don't know. I don't have the lyrics to bring up.
Yeah.
But just like Kanye said, when he disses you, you know. So you don't know if there's other little shit that he's dissing them on.
I mean, well, he specifically. I honestly feel like, I don't know if you agree, I feel like Cole got it maybe the worst, because that was like a direct response to Cole's verse. Yeah. And it's weird how Cole's kind of like missing a lot of the conversation.
I don't think he's missing either. I think they're waiting on both of them.
No one's telling Cole to get in the booth.
I think so.
Nobody's telling Cole to get in the booth.
I mean, from the people I'm speaking to, it's like, yo, we want to see the big three go at it. It's not like just a Drake thing. Drake
not dissing Cole.
Drake is getting, who knows?
Why are you going to diss Cole?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking about
You're not dissing Cole.
No, I mean, because they just work together.
Yeah.
They about to probably pop out together at Dreamville this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow. But my thing is this. Kendrick, her first person shooter.
Okay.
He feels some way. He reacted.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just the volley of the ball. This is a sport.
So you can't get mad if they don't respond in a week if he took 6 months.
My thing is this. You're right. No. My thing is this. You're absolutely right. Take all the time you need because you're going to need some time to come back to that. But okay, can we I'm just saying, but
there are people saying that this is literally ended careers, this verse. And I'm like,
oh no, I'm just saying it's a good verse. It's a good verse. It's on the hit song. You gotta come back with some good verse on the hit song shit.
Kendrick actually like bigs up Drake on that. He calls him Michael Jackson, greatest of all time. He calls him.
I know. I mean, bro. Okay.
He does.
All right.
He says, if you're Michael Jackson, you're gonna die. That's what he says.
Anyway, They think highly of each other. That's why they're battling. It's like niggas not battling with somebody they think lowly of. They're not battling IDK.
You think Kendrick thinks highly of Drake?
Yeah, I think so. It's like you always think your opponent is worthy of stepping in the ring with you. Mm-hmm. You don't fight no one that you're like, nigga, I'm punching down. You punch across. So I definitely think it's like, yes, there's some respect there for sure.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, we've seen how Drake reacts in beefs, mainly the Meek Mill beef, and the
this is different,
and the Pusha T one.
This is different.
What's different?
This is different. What's different? It was going at his livelihood at that point. Meek Mill was going at his livelihood. And he was just cool to do. Like,
is it not the same?
No, they're not. He's not going at Drake's livelihood. He's not saying you're a writer or you got ghostwriters what was the
Kendrick has said it before.
Well, on what?
I forgot what song it was. He was like,
the Kanye song. I think?
Yeah, your favorite rapper song? Got a ghostwriter or some shit like that.
But we don't. But again, Josh, how do we know? How do we know?
We know who the ghostwriter line was.
Hey, Josh, you said it yourself 5 minutes ago. How do we know though? If Drake heard that and said he talk about me, then he would have responded, right?
Okay, you're right.
A hit dog like I said,
my thing is back and forth, and that's why I'm saying we don't know the Kendrick. We don't know the bars that were for Kendrick on her loss on all these records. Like now you got everybody going back and listening with a different ear. But we still don't know because it's so much behind the scenes shit.
Right.
And I think in general, like there's a lot of speculation, but I don't see how this is different.
Because the thing is that he responded quickly. Because at that time, I feel like the Pusha T thing, he was like posting pictures of him in fucking blackface and talking about his baby moms and his kid.
Yeah.
Kendrick didn't talk about his kid on this. He said, I'm going to make sure your dogs are some shit.
So it's just like, I guess so.
The threat level to me isn't as high for that because he said, well, we've been jabbing for years. I'm cool with that.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I don't agree, but I guess that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
I see two sides of it. I see the people saying he got to hurt. But once again, I say no one's telling J. Cole he got 7 days. No one's telling J. Cole.
That's the thing, bro. I feel the same way about both. Cole, you've been putting these vlogs out. Where the vlog at?
Okay.
Like Drake, you said you gave Meek Mill 4 days. What did he say?
So he gave Kendrick 6 months.
I didn't give him anything. No one thought he was gonna respond.
So I don't get why we have this vaunted opinion of Drake
because
that
Drake is the best. Drake is the best.
I thought Kendrick was the best.
No, I'm giving it to you. Drake is the best.
Okay.
Drake is the one who, whenever someone has went at him, he's responded back fast. It's in Drake's character to respond back fast.
Okay.
That's just what Drake does. It's like saying like Kobe. I'm just saying, like, if Drake is Kobe, and in a game someone goes at Kobe goes back at them. You have other players where someone go at them, they like Luka might not go right back at you.
Yeah,
but it's like, nigga, if you that type of guy, be that type of guy with this. I honestly think,
I would never look at him as Kobe.
Okay, then he's not a Kobe. Cool.
I would not. Like, 10 years ago, I would. 7 years ago, I would. There's niggas listen, this is a 10-year-old. I didn't even know J. Cole had beef with Kendrick. So that's the new part to me.
That's my thing. I don't think it's beef. I think it's all healthy competition. It's like y'all put out y'all first person shooter shit. Y'all biggest Super Bowl. Y'all going back and forth.
Josh.
Hold on, I'm in this.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all it was. I feel like honestly real talk, I think of it as the third verse to first person shooter. That's how I think about that verse.
That's a nice way to put it.
That's how I think about it. Because if it was all in the same record, not to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
If it was all in the same record, they'd be like, oh, they just throwing friendly jabs. They just doing what rappers do. That's how I kind of look at it.
But I feel like, and that's a good way to look at it too, because it's basically a direct response to just Cole's verse, right? But I feel like even on that verse, even when you go back to it, Drake's just talking about, hey, like, almost got enough singles to beat Michael. And then Cole's is probably a little bit more direct. But it's also like Drake ain't dissing Kendrick on that.
I mean, my thing is when you think you at the top of the game, you saying you at the top of the game is a diss to me. If back to the Kobe analogy, if you in the league and you like I'm the best player and you just talking about you, it's like no nigga, I'm the best player. Ain't
no wrong with that. That don't mean it.
It ain't a direct diss, but it's like nigga, if I think I'm the best, you telling people you the best is a shot at me. That's just how it is. That's competition.
That don't mean that. That does not mean to me that like I'm literally hearing Josh nigga saying he not the best if he don't do this, if he don't do what I tell him to do. And I think that's part of the discourse that me and you aren't having because we don't think that way. But I'm seeing people say his career is over. It's over. We told y'all he was a fraud.
I mean,
I'm like, this verse is doing all that.
But that's just that's the stand-em of it all. We gonna get that. This is the male equivalent to Barb's and Barty Gang, honestly. So we gonna get that. You're gonna see a lot of that happening, and I think it's just a part of what it is. That's the discourse of it all. But objectively looking at this, it's funny. Like we've been kind of going back and forth on our Discord, and for me, it's like I just want to see healthy competition. I don't have a dog in this fight. Josh. Besides Future. That's my nigga.
I want to get to the Future part too, because to me, the Future part's a sadder part of this to me. Because I think that like, I'm ambivalent to them being together anymore. Like I'm fine if they never do another song together again. Like it's fine. Like it always was just like, okay, they have good chemistry, but that doesn't mean they got to be best friends, right? But I feel like for Future, it's like, I love my Future albums the way that I like my coffee. I just like it just regular. You know what I'm saying? I just like the regular discourse. I don't need niggas saying, man, Future putting himself in a different conversation by doing this. I'm like, no, he's not.
Nah, I mean, it's pretty run-of-the-mill Future album.
Yeah, like, he's not.
It's great. It's a great album, though.
He's a great... here's my thing. I've been waiting for this album for a year.
Yeah.
I've always wanted him and Metro to go back and lock in. We get 2 of these things. We get another one coming out in a week. And I've always waited for this moment to happen. I'm like, damn, why this? Because now nobody want to talk about fucking Fried. Now nobody want to talk about type shit. Now nobody wants to talk about nothing else.
My thing about that is people are, but again, it's the Cardi B fucking Nicki Minaj thing. It's like they got their shit going on, and people talking about that more than anything. But there are people talking about the Nicki album, and there's people talking about the Cardi single that came out. Like it's just there's fans of that shit. The fans of the bullshit is always gonna be a little bit louder, but there's people who still appreciate this shit. So and I get the how it can feel away when you're like, damn, my favorite rappers
beefing with my other
even the beef and shit, just people caring about the beef more than the artist.
Right.
I can feel I understand how that feels away. But I just don't let that affect me. I think that's just all chatter and noise.
I need to stay off Twitter then. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think I see too much of it, and I mean my timeline is filled with fucking crazy AEW fans and shit. So like I get it. I get that sense.
You know
I get
that
sense of it.
You know they're not talking about this at Truth Social.
What?
Oh man.
I was gonna say there's somebody else that needs to stay off Twitter. Did you get to that part yet?
No, we haven't. I saw the tweet. Go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead. Who needs to stay off Twitter?
Ahead.
Well, immediately in the comments, here's Metro's latest. I see niggas scared to talk about I see niggas scared to post the album. Ha ha ha. laughing emojis, crying emojis, hashtag I forgive but I don't forget.
That's marketing.
Immediately, the comments all know it's about 21 Savage. Immediately.
He said it's about 21?
No, people in the comments.
No, all the comments immediately like, yeah, get 21. We don't need 21. You work better with Don and Future anyway.
Wow.
I mean, that's fans, man. And honestly,
if that's about 21, Josh, you gotta admit that's kind of sad. Like this
my
how
thing
far
is,
we gonna take this?
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. It's like they playing into this shit. This is Hogan Savage, Rock.
It's
fucking.
not.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
You think Metro called Drake like we got him again, nigga?
No, I don't think. I think there's. I think with Drake and Metro and Future, there might be some tension and shit. But with 21 in them, it's like, nigga, that's why niggas is laughing. They're like, damn, niggas not posting my album now. Like, oh, I know why you not posting my album because you cool with that, nigga. It's just niggas ain't taking it that serious. I can't see 21 and Metro not being friends because of this. It's just what it is. Like, they not like. I'm telling you, I'm just keeping it real.
If they fall out and it's confirmed they fall out, then like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, and that's just what happens. Niggas grow out of relationships, but I just don't see it. Mm-hmm. And like if you want to go to how niggas are measuring friendships nowadays, do they follow each other on Instagram still? They still follow each other on Instagram. Everybody involved. Everybody involved.
They do. Drake still follow? What? Drake
not Drake, but 21's camp, Metro's camp. They all follow each other on social media still. So it's like, I think they just playing into it. They know, they laugh about this shit. This shit's like, yeah, nigga, we not fuck with. It's like, I'm trying to bring up an example of like that's close to us, but you might have friends that I don't fuck with, and I might have friends that you don't fuck with. Yeah, there might be. That's a thing where people like, oh, I'm trying to think of a situation where it's like we could correlate exactly.
I mean, it could if we were both friends with that person, right? Or if I was friends with that person right now, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Man, yeah. This is a good one because you was friends with him at a point where I didn't fuck with him. You know who we talking about?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's like, but and I might make a joke like that bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
But it's like, nigga, we not gonna stop being friends because of that. Yeah. Like, that's just what it is. I think that's very much what we're seeing with 21.
But artists are very emotional. You know this. Artists are very
people are emotional.
Yeah.
People are emotional. I don't see them falling out. I don't.
Emotional. I think that I'm like, it's come to this though. Future and Drake.
Shit funny though.
On wax. It's
even just doing this is funny, man. Because it's like, for me, it's like, for me, this
is the conversation that could tear us apart.
But I just think it's just straight just music. And it's like, yeah, we talking and we are sending shots in music, but it ain't never that serious. Yeah. It's not like it's real beef. Like, I've been seeing shit where it's like, and this is kind of on the Drake and Kendrick thing, but I'm seeing people from different camps like, we gonna kill him and all those, like, niggas is really saying that. I was like, bro,
let's not do that.
This is rap. Yeah. Niggas is literally just sparring. Like, this is healthy competition.
And I think that, honestly, like I said, I don't think Drake got it worse than Kendrick did or than Cole did. Yeah, like, I think Cole got it. Like, if anything, to me, and this is just my view, like, I think Cole should have been out by now because he was literally talking about your verse, and all Kendrick did was make some type of dog metaphor, and I was like, that wasn't as, to me, the dog metaphor was like,
The Prince I Love Jack. It's funny. It was a lot of. It's
he was
even.
Still bigging him up.
Even though it's a very much. I mean, big. It was a very even. I'm talking to y'all too.
Yeah.
And I don't want y'all to think otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm talking to two people.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was.
It was. I still say that if the worst thing Kendrick said was "You're the greatest of all time," but you died first, I think that's fine.
I gotta bring up the. Can you bring up the verse on Genius?
Yeah, hold on. Let me bring this up. All right, 1 second. I gotta grab my keyboard.
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry, folks. I could have put up my phone, but I'm over here.
First off, I miss Future's old verses on this. By the way, I need that version.
You know what's funny, man? Shout out to my boy Metro. I've heard 3 different versions of this record.
Right.
There's a version with A$AP Rocky.
Wow.
There's a version with Takeoff. And then I've heard the Future version. So
I miss the 2 Future verses he had at Rolling Loud. I want to get that version. Them shits was hard.
He did that Rolling Loud?
Yeah.
I got to go back and listen to that because I never really listened to a lot of this.
Because the thing is, people, and this is pure conjecture. This is what I think here. When he premieres the song at Rolling Loud, Travis says, play the song. He don't know any version of the song.
Yeah.
Future's DJ says, I got the old version. Metro says, don't play that version. Don't play the new version. He says, play the old one. He's like, oh, I got the old version. Someone was like, Travis was trying to get him to play the disc on Roll. I was like, I don't think Travis has heard that version because I don't think anyone had heard it at that point. I'm pretty sure Travis is trying to stay out the way of shit like that. But all right, here we go. Which part you trying to do?
So I'm just looking through the verse like right now.
Yep.
I'm just looking at where I'm gonna count up the Drake shots. A lot of goofies with a check. That's a Drake shot.
How?
Why isn't Cola goofy?
Why isn't Cola goofy?
All right, man.
I'm just nobody knows.
I don't want to do this.
Nobody know. I just asked a question. Go ahead. I don't
want to do this anymore. I'm just looking through it.
Go ahead.
Niggas clicking up. That's a shot at both of them.
The coffin outro. I don't get that one. Which one is that one? Not to say anything that could lead to their demise. Oh, first person shooter.
Returning your son to a funeral. Okay.
That's a stretch.
Shot.
That's a stretch. Okay, we could say goofy with a check is both. Let's both. ding too. Yeah. Both of them.
I mean, just going through this, it's like it's very even to me. I'm looking at it, clicking up 40 water be legit. That's a hell of a bar.
Okay.
I'm just looking through first person shooter. That's both of them.
This is clearly for some of this is for Cole, and then this is all Drake right here.
Yeah.
That's literally all Drake right there.
I mean, it's even, man.
It's not.
It's even to me because what's all Cole? I mean, it's so just the idea of first person shooter is just all Cole because it's like.
I hope he says they. That's both.
That's both. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of even.
Hope they came with 3 switches. Does he mean like 3 guns there?
Yeah.
For your dogs getting buried. That's a K with all these 9s.
Like got 2 T's with me on snatching chains and burning tattoos. Like. Cole ain't got no chains or tattoos. 2 T's is
the director of security.
Yeah, that's the dude from Compton.
As a violent acts to strip somebody or there. Oh, it might be a jab at the OVO label.
Hey man.
I still say Cole got it worse. He directly went at that nigga.
I feel like he went at both of them the same amount.
And that's the beauty of rap.
Yeah, it's all interpretations.
What you think, MC? I know you've had a lot of thoughts on it, and I echo some of your thoughts, but I wanted to get these out. Since you're back, you've been in and out all show, but you've been here for this. What you think?
Thanks, Spectrum. By the way, great hashtag ad here. I'm just trying to hide my anger on how much I've been in and out of this show. I think there's parts of it that is very direct. I think as of right now, from the first standpoint of it, it's just the same movie that we're gonna see in 2018, and I think it's pretty fair for us to try and call that early.
Yeah.
Predetermined fight. Already know the winner. Already know you can already raise the hand.
Yeah.
No need for a referee for the rest of the match.
Kendrick won.
Doesn't matter what gets released. He could have the best verse of all time on it. Doesn't matter. We're going to talk about the timeliness. We're going to talk about who's discussed.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about why didn't we do this enough. And it's just going to be 2018 all over again. So there's that part of it. There's another part of it online, and it's just a super eye roll part. I think this is the part that I completely understand why people would stay off Twitter. The fact that it's just so funny. One fandom gets to be the smart, mature, book studying, just student of the game. And I would just be able to listen to a disc just fine with no thoughts, no merit.
So you mean
I'll give you all your credit in the world.
You mean to tell me ain't no white girls? All the white girls like Kendrick Lamar, he don't got none?
But we're just so mature. If we hear a good line, we'd let you know, because that's just the art of rap. That's what our fandom does. Y'all fandom likes to crash out. That is where we are with online discourse. That is eye roll. But, I think there is a certain section that will actually look forward to discussing the records, if there is anything that happens. Dreamville's on Sunday. I know Drake's last day of the tour is on Friday. I believe it was reported or something is out that he might be linking up with Cass Cobain. I think Cass Cobain's birthday is today. So who knows what is happening with whatever performances that are happening within the month of April. So there's plenty of opportunities to do something if they did want to do that. But there are people that are going to be able to have the ability to discuss that, and they're the people that just want to get the uppercuts in.
Yeah, they want to
post Pusha T gifts.
Yeah,
and just do what they normally do.
Pusha T should not be brought up here because I feel like he not, to me, in a class with like three of them. The three of them, to me.
That doesn't matter.
People just want to
talk. As long as they have story of Adidon, that's all they got.
I just feel like people want to talk about what they talked about in the past. My thing with this too, and like you mentioned a lot of like the discourse, and like that's the thing. It's like you just gotta be above that. That's like, it's like the Cardi B and fucking Nicki shit. It's like you're gonna have both fan bases who are gonna be like, oh, those are some on the spectrum, pink hair wearing, and then you're gonna have, there's some ghetto. Yeah, it's like, it's just that's.
But when you're above that, you're told, your fandom is just too deep to have some real discourse about this. And I'm like, why is it that one side has to be the side that has just too much fandom to be honest about certain things, while the other one gets to celebrate and, I've been saying nigga bum all week. Oh man, just what a nice line. Why does it get to be that?
Also, I thought it was like a sound effect.
Yeah, I'm reading it. I didn't know. Yeah, it's funny reading a lot of this. I'm like, oh shit.
The nigga bum shit is like, wait, it's just a sound effect. It's not. He's not calling him a bum, right?
Well, he's calling him a bum. Oh, of course he is.
I was like, I just find that, like, again, if this verse ends J. Cole and Drake's careers, they weren't who we said they were for the past 15 years. That's how I think about it. I think that if either of the three of them come out of this beef not where they were, like, I don't think they're gonna lose fans for this. I don't think they're gonna be like gone for this. Like, I feel like some of them might be on the decline. You know what I'm saying? I just think, again, Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna have a decline. It just happens. It doesn't mean they're not gonna be still great. People want to see this. That's all fine. It has no particular interest to me right now. I'm just more interested in, like, yo, Future, the second album, I need you to give me none of that discourse right now, brother. You got the.
Well, I think our R&B call is now gone. We wanted Hendrix. We wanted a second rendition of Hendrix.
Can I get 17 more of these? Could you take 17 more tracks like this?
I could.
I wanted to mix it up.
I mean, I heard might be some slower things on the next one, but I'm down for either. I think I'm never gonna reject with Future offers.
Yeah, not even, like, because the thing is, he doesn't drop like.
That often, like yeah. So it's like that to empty the clip like that. I'm down for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely go for some more melodic shit, but I'm definitely down for some more high tempo shit. Like
Metro in the R&B bag, Metro in the pop bag. I'm like, that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see that, because like this was very much like horror movie, and that's why I love it so much. Like, I love these types of beats. I love 3 6 Mafia. Metro to me is like a student of that game, and he's been in that pocket for a while, and it's just like Many Men from fucking Savage Mode 2. One of my favorite beats of all time. I fucking love that beat. And he gives us some of that here too. Like Princess Diana's like that. Fucking type shit is some fucking. I said it from the beginning, bruh. Like, I was like, that's the one to me, and I think that might be my most played song this year so far.
Yeah.
But like that's like my favorite song of the year so far. And if he gives us, 17 more, I'm not gonna complain. But did I want Hendrix Part 2? Hell yes.
Yeah.
I do.
No, I mean, like I said, I think the melodic shit is definitely gonna come. They got some shit, but man, I think this album was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, if you gonna give us another one of these, for sure, I'll take a double album.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I can't wait. Is it gonna be? Is it Part 2 or is it gonna be a new title? Like, we don't know yet.
No one knows. Yeah.
We shall see. But that's our discourse. We got through this pretty well. I
think it ain't too much. It's funny. Like there's been a lot of back and forth in our chats and
I've been trolling
in our conversations. I've been trolling too, because my thing is, like, I like both. I like everybody. I've been telling you, I've been fucking with Cole's run. I've liked Drake's. I liked Honestly Nevermind.
Yeah.
I liked Her Loss. I told you how I felt about the last project.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was some moments that were dope, but it was very much just Drake being the best at doing Drake shit.
Yeah, I think that we both kind of differed on Her Law. I was not big on it.
Yeah, you wasn't big on it, but I fuck with it. There was some shit. But I fuck with 21. So it's like, I'm a fan of rap, man. And that's why I keep going back to it. Like, this is healthy for the genre.
Yeah.
This is healthy to see that we're the most talked about genre all the time.
The Future album just being out should be the healthy conversation.
No, it is.
That should be out.
I mean, shit, if we're going to talk about the shit around it as well, why not?